Hello everyone and welcome back to another review with tips for a different game this time, uh, but more exactly for Battle Brothers with Legends mod included. I will also do a review and maybe tips for the basic one. In retrospect, it would have made more sense to do that one first, but I've been playing this mostly, so I guess it's only fair that I do this first since I have more hands-on experience. So, would I recommend this mod for this game? Absolutely. It's a great mod. It adds a gazillion layers to the game, and it starts with the perks. This is what I love the most. So let's start with talking about this. Also, before we dive in, this review is going to be super casual. It's going to be a lot of personal opinions, and it's gonna be, I might be wrong in some respects depending how I understood how the game works, or from my experience. I'm not saying what I'm saying now it's the absolute truth, so feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm saying something blatantly wrong or I misinterpreted something. Anyway, let's get going with this. So the first thing you'll notice is a bunch of new perks, and the tree looks different. So now the tree, the perks tree is dependent on the background. So if we scroll a bit through our characters, so that guy was a militiaman, this guy is a nomad, whatever, this guy is a bastard. Those are the basic ones, which have some interesting ones and some special ones. But for example, from my start, I got there's a new start for the game, where you get with 5 special characters. One is an archer, one is a crusader, yada yada. So one of them is a berserker, which clearly I'm not taking advantage of this. But as you can see, the skill tree looks really cool, and it has things like this, nudist. So this is one of the skills you can go with. Berserker. Another special one is the Holy Crusader. It has skills like this, Holy Flame. And yeah, they're really cool. And I'm not sure how you get them, if you can recruit them later on where your renown increases and you get better brag runs. I've been going rather slowly with this. Or through events. Because, for example, another one that we got is the Vala, is some kind of enchanter, and we got it just by camping. I'll talk about camping in further away. And yeah, this person just joined us. Like, she asked if she can join us, and we accepted. So yeah, and she can put runes on weapons and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a really cool one because you get to mix and match a lot, and you can specialize people even more. And what's best about this is some backgrounds don't even have to fight at all. Like, you can put them in the reserve and they won't be on the battlefield, and they get traits like this. You can pause and read what it does. But a class like this has a lot of, you can, instead of giving them skills that would help them in battle, you can give them this that helps with how many tools you're using, the repair rate and all that. Also this scholar, also this. I haven't reached the tones and I'm not sure what they do, but instead of having the classic retinue spots, you can have them here, because now we're going quickly on another chapter. The retinue is different. As you can see, if I get to hire somebody else, there's no actual character like for retinues, like people. There's just stuff for your for your camp, which is quite cool. It adds another level of role play, and it's cool. So instead of having those people that you'd hire in retinue to help you with training, tools, yada yada, you can get these things, and then you go into the you hire people like this. So this guy is an inventor, and he has a lot of experience gain, and you basically do not, as you can see here, there's no like offensive or defensive skill that I used on this guy, and you can just spend points on skills that just help the company. And yeah, sure, if you got points to spare, you can use them on other stuff, and maybe like in easy fights, or like if you really have to, you can bring them on. So that's this bit. I'm not sure if I missed anything on this about the skill tree, but yeah, as you can see, this guy, Walter Trueshot, he has a bunch of skill because he's a ranger, which is one of the ones that I started with, and he's cool. But even the one that you can hire, like the hunter, they have specialized skills. And another thing that kind of complicates things, kind of not like, is maybe you want somebody to be specialized in flails or something, but the specialization in weapons is dependent on the background, which is cool and it makes sense. And also they have preferences for armors. I don't know if you can see it here. You can't. But if you go and want to hire somebody and you go here, they'll give you this. So more on backgrounds, apart from them influencing perk trees, they give you a little description. They said you can kind of guess what perks they'll have based on this description. Like he'll definitely have because it says has an aptitude for bows, slings, and daggers. You can know for sure he has like that point to specialize in bows, slings, or daggers. Light armor, I'm assuming they have. I haven't fully checked. They have skills that help with light armor, short bows. I'm not sure what the other bit. I think the last bit gives you a hint of what traits they have and what their current skills are. And then the last bit, there's gray movement modifiers, which is self-explanatory, and then there's, I think the plus without the percentage is how much you can store of that thing in your inventory, and the percentage pluses are for the professions in the camp with the tents that I'll show. So I think that's it for now with the backgrounds and how they influence the characters and how you can look to diversify, which is super cool. I like that. Like, the more you know the backgrounds, the more you can look for somebody specific. And if you know you need somebody with nets, you know you want to hire a beast slayer because they have net casting. So you can go looking for a beast slayer because they have skills for nets and they can also repair nets. So that's this bit. Okay, I realized I rambled a bit more than I would have liked about the backgrounds, but and I want to keep this shortish. So I'm gonna try to go quicker through this. So this is the camp that you have now, which you can upgrade the different tents, and they each serve different purposes. So healing, obviously, you can heal wounds faster. Repair just deals with the repairs, like you select and it will repair something. The salvage, a new feature, you select some stuff that you already have here, assign people to this tent, and they'll get tools from those, like disassembling them, which they use in repairs. So you can kind of become self-sufficient with that. Crafting, self-explanatory. Now I can, like you can see, I'm crafting infinitely this if I have the resources. So the necklace and the repair of the nets. I can also make this. Oh, I hate this song. It's a bit too loud for me. Then scouting. I never have anyone assigned to it. You can see what it does. Not that big of a deal. The one that I love the most is training, because it removes that that big problem when, especially in late game, when somebody gets killed, somebody important, and you have to fill up a slot, and you have to take safer battles so they don't die or keep them back by the trainer bonus and yada yada. Here you just have training grounds. You assign people to training while you camp. They train, they level up, and if you upgrade the camp, they can even gain like skills like melee attack, melee defense, initiative. They can even gain traits if you're lucky, so it's pretty cool. Fletcher, gains ammo. Gatherer gains food and can also gain other stuff if you have people with skills that help. Like they can craft potions and stuff. Hunting for food and other stuff. An enchanter, obviously you enchant, but I haven't found any uncut gems, so I haven't found any runes. The one I was talking about, the gatherer, is a skill. For example, I have this guy, which is a druid, and I think somewhere around potion brewer or like gatherer, they can they can also find mushrooms, antidotes, and powders. So they work together. Also the backgrounds get a bit magical now, as you saw the witch with that has a geist. There's also a druid. You can cast the roots. Anyway, this is with the tent. You can just camp it normally like this, and time will pass, and you just have a camp. Or they're very good to be, and you can see, oh, he had a breakthrough and gained 1 range defense. You can get this report, which is pretty good. You can also camp while escorting a caravan, which is great when now you're just not wasting time while you're escorting a caravan 3 days away. So that's that. I love the camp. I love the training grounds because it makes the game less grindy because you already have people training. They also become more powerful since with the upgraded camp you can gain skills and traits and everything. So that's a big plus in this mod having a training camp, and you can train people and you don't have to be too careful with them because they're level 1 and you're in late game and you have to protect them or like keep them very far away. So that's with the camp. I know I went fast through it and it makes it sound like it's not a big deal, but it's one of the best features in the mod and I love it. Another important part of this mod is the layer of armors. So for example, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for armors and a rune layer, 1, 2, 3 for aesthetic layer. You can figure out by the name. So if we get this armor, you can see it has these sides. Okay, let me get a better one that's like it has more room. So this guy has all 5 of them. So if we get it out, we get this out, we can see all the layers, so you can customize them however you want. You get the base one and then you mix and match for aesthetic purposes and for functional purposes, which again is great. You can diversify more and mix and match, and like for looks or actually for utility. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Rune, you get this. What else? Even with hats, I think Hasso has a nice hat with a legendary. Like now you can get legendary armor. You get legendary parts. So let's see, Hasso. He has this legendary part on that I attached to a mail coif, and it's very very cool. All you can see, those have different combinations. And that's with the rune layering. There's nothing much changed with the weapons. I don't think there's anything at all, but that's that. I think I covered pretty much broadly the biggest changes in the mod. So now time for a review, or I guess by how I've talked about it and how much I like it. I said before. I fully recommend getting. Obviously, I recommend getting this before, after playing the base game, so you kind of get used to the basic mechanics and you don't get overwhelmed and all that. But I fully recommend it. One tip is save often, because it's still a mod. It's still buggy. Sometimes save file gets corrupted. You get random crashes, and you realize you haven't saved in 10 days. And there wasn't any autosave from the battles. So save often, especially during caravan. Oh, come on. Especially during caravans, when you camp with the caravan, or when you just camp. Save often so you don't regret it. Now I had, actually just before recording this, I had to go on a save 10 days back, because the save I did, it would just be corrupted and I couldn't go back, and I just went into an autosave before a battle, before an arena fight. So yeah. As for more tips, I guess, especially if you're playing the first time, just try and get as many different backgrounds as you can. Also, these perks, some militiamen, even if I hire another militiaman, he might have some extra ones. He might be missing some from here. So get that. I like the favored enemy one. You can get somebody that specializes in killing special types of enemies. So I would recommend getting somebody like that. But keep the ones for stronger enemies for your better bros. For example, this guy is just a mammoth. He's really not a mammoth because he doesn't have the health points. But for bandits, don't get the one for barbarians, for mammoths that don't do a lot of damage. But if you want to get tougher enemies to kill, get the damage dealer to get favored enemies like orcs. So he kills the new types of enemies like orc behemoths. So these unlock special contracts. For example, if I would get Richar, you can get to hunt elite nurturers, or I still don't know how to pronounce these skin ghouls. So there's a lot of new stuff which I haven't gotten to explore myself either, because I've been exploring with this. For example, dog breeders, you can make use of dogs. You can get more than one dog with them. You can crossbreed them and make them more powerful. They get bonuses. So yeah, just keep in mind what you want to do. Also, I think a mistake I made, I got too many support units early on. So don't do that, because you need the damage dealers. But for example, Gedalka saved a lot of my people with skills like bandage or field triage, which heals people. It's all the way at the end, so it's a really good one. But yeah, it heals people during battle. Also, you can get basically drummers now. So try to, it's really good. That's all I'm saying. You can combine and try to experiment, see what works for you, see what works for your playthrough. Also, for starters, I would recommend the 5 companions start. I think the mod creator also recommends it, because it gives you 5 powerful. It gives you the druid, the berserker, the assassin, the ranger, and the crusader. So you're off to a really good start, and then maybe try to build around that. Try to upgrade, because you buy from towns upgrades for camps. So I would definitely advise to try and rush training equipment if you can, because as soon as you upgrade it, it can also increase, as I said, melee skill and all that, which is really useful. And yeah, this guy got a lot of points, especially for range defense. You can see it, maybe not this guy. Who got a lot of points? I know somebody got 14 points, maybe Frey the Mountain. 7 skill points. Somebody got even a skill, I think. Yeah, see, Richard got 15 skill points, 1 perk point, and athletic trait. So they can turn, and the sooner you get it, because obviously you need to train and spend time, the sooner you get it, the better, and increases the survivability of your brothers if they get new skills, which is good. And otherwise, just try and play it safe, calculate every move. Maybe this goes, those tips go with when I'm gonna do a review of the base game. So yeah, that's it with the mod, the showcase. I think I'll name it just more a showcase, even though it's really casual and I'm not mentioning everything. I hope you enjoyed the review. If I was wrong with something, leave it in the comments. If you'd like to know more things, leave it in the comments, and if I can answer, I'll answer in the comments and help you out. And otherwise, yeah, if you enjoyed it, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.